Try that again.
I think we might be live.
Yeah. Oh,
We're live.
we are live. I think we had a little bit of a bug, like some Instagram that worked, but well, we are live. How are you doing, RIBHU?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I am doing awesome. It's been, I think, our last deal of the week was 2 weeks ago, and I think there's been quite a lot of changes in the market and government policy since then.
Yes, big time. There's been a lot going on, man. I think it's been before the last rate drop. There's been a lot of policy changes since then, but yeah, I don't think we've done one since the 50 basis point rate drop because I mean that was last week. So
Yeah, like 50 basis point drop. What has that? What have you seen on the lending side of things? Obviously, existing variable rate holders are benefiting from that, but what does that look like for new people getting into a mortgage or looking to acquire a deal? What has that changed for the buyer?
Sure. So it hasn't been as crazy behind the scenes. I think a lot of people thought in terms of rates. As people may or may not know, fixed rates, for example, are primarily priced based on the bond yield market. And the bond yield market, after crashing a few weeks ago, kind of rebounded, which meant, fixed rates, there is a lot of debate going on that fixed rates may be at or near the bottom of where it's going to end up. So there's not been much movement on the fixed rate side, like a little bit, but nothing too drastic. And actually what we're seeing is a change in the spread. So typically a variable rate mortgage is priced prime minus whatever. And we're seeing some lenders actually reducing the spread since the announcement. So like pre-announcement, some lenders are doing prime -1. Not all, but some have actually reduced that to, let's say, prime -0.9 or something like that. So I mean, it's really good for people with current variable rate mortgages or current HELOCs. It's also obviously makes it easier to qualify now for a variable rate mortgage. But there hasn't been too much movement. And that being said, we do have Canadian GDP numbers coming out this week. So that could have a major impact to the bond yield market and fixed rates. So I mean, things are changing day to day, man. It's quite wild, but it'll be interesting to see what the GDP number says. We're still looking on track for another cut in December, though. So we'll see how things.
Yeah, I think the market is pricing in definitely a quarter cut and questionable half percent cut again.
So right now, based on market odds, etc., it's about a 90% chance of a 25 basis point cut and 10% odds of 50.
Okay.
But that being said, there's two major things: Canadian GDP numbers coming out on Thursday, US GDP coming out on tomorrow, and the US election. And right now, with all the tariffs and stuff that Trump's proposing, they're actually suggesting that a Trump win will be inflationary, which will drive rates down further. On this side too, we're kind of indirectly impacted. So it's going to be an interesting few weeks. So those odds could change quite a bit between now and December 11th.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I think was the CMHC update in the last 2 weeks as well.
Yeah, I mean, which one?
The most recent. Oh, Ahmed asked, "What happens if Harris wins?" Are we really doing U.S. politics here? But what is it gonna mean if Kamala Harris wins the election for Canadian real estate?
I'm not entirely sure yet. All I know is that the debate has been, about Trump's policies being inflationary. I mean, they're talking about it having other positive impacts to the U.S. economy, on the U.S. economy specifically as a whole. But if he is slapping tariffs and stuff that he is talking about, it's not going to be good for the rest of us. So,
yeah, it doesn't mean that the other side wouldn't do the same thing, right? But
correct.
Correct.
So actually, there's a big financial conference. I forget the name right now, happening in Saudi Arabia right now, with a bunch of different world leaders there, and the U.S. election is a hot topic. So Citadel, I don't know if you know Citadel, massive investment firm. They're actually coming out and stating that the market is already pricing in a Trump victory. aka inflationary, aka predicting potential for the Fed rate drops. But I mean, time will tell, man. There's a lot going on. I mean, I see they're bringing ballot boxes and shit down there, so who knows?
Yeah, that's one thing I'm not gonna bet my money on the U.S.
Yeah.
elections.
No, zero.
Yeah, but that CMHC changes. I think the most recent one was the announcement where they were allowing refinances of CMHC insured mortgages up to 90% if you are adding an additional suite.
Yeah, so it's not just insured mortgages. It's an insured refinance. So you can, in that case, you'll just be paying the full premium, right? So what it is, you can refi up to 90% of the as complete value if you're adding an accessory dwelling unit or a second unit or an extra unit to an owner occupied home. So that's the caveat, right? It's got to be owner occupied. The cool thing about it is it's 90% of the as complete value, and they'll use the potential fair market rent as part of qualifying, at least based on what we know so far. So you treat it kind of like a purchase plus improvements loan, which already exists. So if somebody wants to buy a home that is owner occupied and do improvements, renovations, you can get a certain amount of funds towards reno on purchase. So it's almost like a refinance plus improvements loan. The details still to come because, the purchase plus improvements loan, lenders cap it, right, on how much money they actually give relative to the value. So all those nitty gritty details will be coming out over the next few months, but it'll definitely unlock a lot of small scale private development. And it's going to change the landscape of what real estate is going to look like for sure.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to make some big changes in, how maybe buyers decide or how just, I think it's going to incentivize adding additional suites across the board and helping with affordability and unit supply issues that we've been having across the board.
Yeah, and a lot of generational homes, to be frank. I think you're going to see more and more of that too.
100%. Okay, let's get into it. Today we are looking at yeah, we got some interesting deals as we get into the fall market. As we get closer to November, there's just not as many listings coming up. So I had a bit of a hard time deciding what I was going to put in front of you guys today. But I think this is one of the most interesting things I've seen in a while. But I'll stop chatting and I'll show you what I mean. This is a purpose-built new construction duplex in Potters Creek, Potters Creek, one of the nicest subdivisions in Belleville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, builders are building purpose-built duplexes because as you can see, it's a bungalow, and they are building them with a legal second unit in the basement to begin with. They have multiple models available, and this is being a new construction. They haven't even started the foundation yet, so you can make whatever changes you want as far as they're concerned. But this is what they kind of priced out and what they've made available if you just want to buy it as just buy it for what it is. This one, legal, 3-bed up, 2-bed down. Total of 3 bathrooms. So it'll be 3-bed, 2-bath up, 2-bed, 1-bath down. And each unit has its own separate laundry, separate heating, cooling. Each unit gets its own single car garage and vinyl plank throughout, North Star windows, custom William design kitchen. That's a really nice kitchen, by the way. If you guys have seen one of these. Yeah. Upper unit, 1475 square feet, high efficiency gas furnace, and lower units heated, cool with ductless heat pumps. This is exactly what I would have done if I could start from scratch. These guys seem to have thought it through. Of course, if you are buying it for investment purposes, there is going to be an HST adjustment, but you get your money back. So I'm not going to go into details about that, but it's a really interesting property.
Nice.
I'm going to show you the floor plan for it. I think it's really cool how they designed it. So you see this. From the front, there was a 2-car garage, right?
Yes.
So each unit has their own garage. So the front door is here.
Yeah, you don't see that at all.
They get this garage, and then they have an interior entry from this garage here.
Okay, wow.
At the same time, here's your side door that goes down to the basement. They get this garage, so they have their own interior entry via the garage as well. So this is the nicest basement unit design I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, that's pretty well designed, especially for that price. I mean, I'm jumping ahead here, but I mean, for that price and fact that you have indoor garages, I think the numbers are going to look nice on this.
And of course, you have your bathroom between these two bedrooms, and then the primary bedroom has its own bathroom with a walk-in closet,
Nice.
its own laundry room. You have a dining room and a living room. You don't see that too often anymore.
No.
And then in the basement, you have, your side door goes down here. You have your two bedrooms, kitchen, living, dining, your own laundry, your own mechanical room as well. And if you're wondering why the mechanical room is so big, is because Belleville has this is done via the accessory dwelling unit pathway, which has a limitation of 100 square meters, which is roughly, I believe, 1076 square feet.
Well, yeah.
So they had to leave some space unfinished behind. Otherwise, that could have been a nice third bedroom, But this is available for $799. So
very nice.
To give you some context, like I think new construction townhouses out in like Whitby, Oshawa are probably around this price range.
Yeah.
Okay. Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
New construction single family homes, some of the nice ones are over $1 million plus. You can't even get a new construction townhouse in Markham for less than $1 million nowadays. Freehold. So this really puts you into context. But let's jump into numbers and see what kind of deal this looks like.
Yeah.
Obviously, this being a new construction, you are expected to pay a bit of a premium for what it is. You get your 7-year Terry Young builder warranty. But yeah, like based on what you see, and you can kind of imagine what the kind of finishes would be. I'll give you guys some context. The model home right beside this duplex is listed for $769. So
okay, so like a single family
without the finished basement.
Wow. Okay, that's a sweet deal.
I mean, to be fair, they did as model homes generally are, they did upgrade the crap out of them.
Yeah, for sure.
So these ones have more basic finishes, but just to give you some context, the single family homes in that neighborhood are selling over $700,000 already.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So what do you think the upstairs would get? Potter's Creek, 3-bed, 2-bath.
At least 26 to 2,800. I mean, you guys rented one in Potter's Creek recently, no?
Yeah, we listed that for 2,800. We got tons of inquiries, and we ended up renting to somebody who only needed it for 6 months. And as a result, we actually negotiated the rent up to 3,200 because of the short-term nature of it.
Okay, so probably 2,800 for long.
2,800 it's pretty safe, yes, for a long term.
Yeah. I see Mohammed just commented, are utilities shared? Most likely not.
No, it's fully separate, everything. I normally say 2 furnaces, 2 ACs, but in this case, the downstairs is just a heat pump. But you have fully separate everything, fully separate mechanical systems. I mean, why wouldn't you? You're building from scratch, right?
Yeah.
Why not do it right from the beginning? So everybody has their own HRV, hot water tank. Not sure exactly what that is.
He has separate furnace. So I think the basement unit, the listing said separate, so ductless heat pumps.
Yeah. So the furnace heats upstairs. They have their own mechanical room, and basement has their own heating, cooling system. They have their own water, their own electrical, separate everything, as you would expect with these.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying for. A premium for, right?
Yeah.
Downstairs, you'd be looking at 2-bed, 1-bath in that subdivision. I think you can comfortably get 2,000, maybe a little bit more.
I'd agree.
Let's run 22, I think, is the upper limit.
Yeah, I was going to say 21. Let's do 21 in the middle.
21.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it has an inside garage, direct entry, and everything is huge. As well as the square foot is pretty big. You don't see that kind of product on the market at all right now.
To give you some context, I'm pretty sure there's a comp just down the street where the 2-bed in the basement rented out for $2,400. So,
oh wow, that's wild.
But we'll use 21 just for the purpose.
Yeah.
Property taxes, it says 0 because it's obviously not assessed yet, being new construction.
Yeah.
However, I was looking down the street about some of the other properties sold that were duplexes. What their property taxes were, they were around, I think, $5,800.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Which is crazy.
This, when assessed, would be similar, right? I would think.
Yeah.
Insurance for a duplex like this,
120.
I don't know anything. 120, just because everything is so new.
Yeah.
Repairs and maintenance. We have 5% here, but realistically, like we're not spending $250
I'd
repairing
probably
this
put
place.
like 2% because you're also gonna have carry on warranty, right?
Yep. Year one, anything breaks is the builder's problem.
Yeah.
Property management. I mean, we'll just use our $99 per door.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh god, what did I do? Utilities, of course, 0 tenants are paying for everything. No condo fees.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to mortgage payment, and so you need 20% down to buy this. You need about $160,000, and mortgage rates today. Has it gone up a little bit, or we say it's still the same?
No, actually, I could get a 3-year fix right now for 4.75, like published rate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's moved. It's just not like as crazy as it was a few weeks ago. I'd probably a little bit lower too with rate discounts, but I'd say like I have a lender right now who'll do their 3-year fix right now, like published without rate discount.
4.75 without asking for anything, just right out of the box.
Correct. Yeah, no rate discount.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So that brings you down to your mortgage payment to just over $3,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, land transfer tax! Don't you love that? 0 renovations, of course.
Yeah.
Actually, you're gonna need appliances because they don't come with appliances.
Okay.
So,
sure.
But the 10,000 economy, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So all in, you need about $185,000 cash.
Yeah.
And what you get is, I thought this number was gonna be worse. You have a new construction product with $500 a month cash flow. Yeah, that's not bad, eh?
That's pretty good, man. Because it's a good quality asset. It's like definitely a long-term buy and won't play in a prime area. You just sit and let it ride, right? Let your money accumulate. So, new builds in Belleville always surprise me in its growth. Every time that I've bought one, I always think I'm overpaying, and then 5 years later, I'm like, yes, I'm good. Because as some of the older properties keep getting older, these kind of areas are in super high demand.
Yeah, 100%. People love this neighborhood. I love this neighborhood.
Yeah. Don't you live nearby?
Just out of town.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I lived in this neighborhood. I'd be a lot closer to everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
but this is a great way to get into a brand new build. Like that's wild.
Yeah, if you're like, and what's interesting about this is that, please allow 5-month build time from firm offer. So if you don't quite have the 20% down yet, this is really good, right?
So almost definitely, I mean, I never like to guarantee anything, but almost definitely you're closing at a lower than 4.74 rate.
Oh, would you suggest this to someone who maybe needs 90 days for their down payment funds to marinate?
Oh, you know what's actually interesting about this too? With some of the CMHC changes, it qualifies for a lot of the new incentives, 30 RAM, first time home buyer stuff. If you are first time home buyer,
right.
So I mean, the 5-month closing, you're gonna unlock it.
March, April-ish, right?
Yeah, so you're gonna get that. You're gonna get a lower rate. You could probably get in this with variable. Variable for owner occupied right now. Let's see where the house hack, or at least position it like a house hack. You're looking at about a 5% rate variable and projected another 1% drop from between now and the end of next year. So, I mean, you could be sitting at a 4% rate at close or like 4.5 by close and then 4 by the end of the year. So this could actually be a really, really solid one to take advantage of some of those new construction first-time home buyer benefits to somebody who is eligible.
And another thing is all the selections are to be made. So if you wanted a particular color or whatever, you can still make those changes.
Nice.
Okay. So obviously this is an awesome deal. There's, for those who can't afford $799, there's a slightly cheaper option. It's the same thing for $50K less, and you just get a smaller upstairs.
Okay, nice.
So now you get a 2-bed, 1-bath up, 2-bed, 1-bath down.
Cool.
Everything else is pretty much the same, but here's the floor plan. So instead of, remember the bigger setup we saw, now it's primary. So very simple setup with the bathroom between two bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
But again, everything's separate mechanical. each unit having their own garage, everything. Well, this is actually the exact mirror of upstairs and downstairs, which I think a lot of you guys with like design backgrounds knows that's the gold standard.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like this property, man. These two.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was starting over again, I would definitely be house hacking these.
Oh,
100%.
same. I when I saw these, I almost considered selling my own house and buying one of these, just because I'm house hacking right now, but it's not the perfect setup. This would be way better.
Turnkey, man. Like, this is on.
Yeah, my house is worth around this level anyways. So, so this one is 749. Income obviously a little bit less. You're not getting 2,800 up top anymore, but 2-bed upstairs. I think you can still get in that neighborhood. What do you think?
23, 24?
23, 24. I'll use 24.
Sure.
So you're still looking at $4,500 a month.
Yeah.
Property taxes, I would imagine, is a little bit less, but I'm not an appraiser or assessment guy. I'm just gonna leave it the same.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit less, but I don't want to know. I don't want to make any wrong guesses. Everything else should still be the same. You need a little bit less cash down. You only need about $173,000 to purchase this.
Yeah.
And your cash flow, you're still cash flowing $400 a month. For a new construction, that's really good.
Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, that is solid. So it's great play, man.
Yeah.
Good find. Man, like it's so wild what you're seeing in the market right now, where like buy and hold just is like, why would you not do it in all asset classes in all markets? To be honest,
it's the numbers I've never I don't even remember the last time the numbers looked this good. 2019,
2017. Okay.
No, the most recent time, 2019, still the numbers were really good. Remember?
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I don't think even 2019. I don't think buying new construction was cash flow positive.
No, that's what I was thinking. Like 2016, 2017, because that's when I was doing new construction, single family, and naked cash flow.
Yeah.
2019, you could cash flow on the buy, but you're probably like sacrificing asset quality a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is wild. Like now you can, for those of you guys who are lacking in construction knowledge and the thought of a duplex conversion scares the crap out of you, just buy the finished product, new construction, carry on warranty. Like this is about as good as it gets.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for my deal of the week for today. I don't really have anything else to show you guys. The ones that I saw earlier this week actually sold pretty fast.
What are you seeing in the market? Like, are you seeing things moving pretty quickly if it's priced well?
Yeah. Well, do you remember that property that we saw on that we highlighted the last deal of the week, 18 Green, the one that we're holding offer for the one where we ran the numbers, and even if you went $100,000 above asking, it's still cash flow $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Guess what it sold for?
No idea. 50 grand over.
71 grand over.
Okay. Wow. That's wild. What was the address again? 18 Green?
18 Green.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild.
My client was the one that ended up buying it because we came to the same conclusion. We're like, I don't like if this was listed at 499 and you got it for 471, you'd be very happy.
Yeah.
So there's just sometimes you gotta just ignore what the asking price is and just say honestly, what would you be happy with and what do the numbers work? And that one, remember how I said when you go down there, I saw 2 furnaces, two hot water tanks, 2 water meters. I was like, wow, I didn't even notice this from the listing.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So the market is moving for things that are priced correctly, but I don't know. There's not. And I'm always looking from a buyer's perspective. I'm always looking for deals, and there's just like 4 listings a day. It's not very exciting right now.
Gotcha. Yeah. It might slow down into the winter too, but I definitely like things like this, like 18 Green. Like there's another one, 199 Lingham. I don't know if you actually saw the property or not. I know the numbers work, but I haven't been in it.
It does work, but it's because it's operated as a student rental. That's why.
Got you. Holy shit, Tanner commented here. Snagged a triplex for $385K last
week. I know exactly which one he's talking about. That's the one I looked at the pictures on the outside. I'm like, man, is that one rough? I'm like, in my head, it's like, Tanner would probably love this.
That's sick.
Sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's cool.
You're gonna probably have to. I don't know what you're gonna do to it, but you're gonna do your magic. Your very good cash for key skills. He's gonna turn that thing into a 800, 700K asset in no time. I'm sure.
Nice. Yeah, we got another triplex conversion appraisal coming up next week, so I'll let you know how it goes.
Yours?
No, somebody else's. So
Our
it's gonna
mutual
be
clients?
another one. So we hit a 825. We have a 780. I think the next one will probably be about a 800. Like there's difference in qualities of the properties, but yeah, for this triplex, you're definitely sitting at a 750 plus easily.
That's not bad. That's
No, it's still good. It's still good, especially considered honestly, you don't have a whole lot of comps right now, and it's in a time where comps are a little compressed, right? Because prices are low,
these
relatively speaking.
triplexes. Are they all within the one structure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would pay 750 for a turnkey triplex vacant.
Yeah, I mean it's
The numbers should
$5,000 in
work.
rent, so cash flows, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if this thing cash flows with 4,900 a
Yeah,
month in cash flow, then income, then why would a triplex for 750 not?
yeah, exactly. You're hitting like 5,250, 5,400 in rent.
That's wild. Doesn't that cash flow like $1,000 a month in today's
Yeah.
rates?
Yeah.
You're definitely not selling for the appraised value, then, are you? These guys.
No.
But
Comps are low, so I definitely think, inherently, like when people do the numbers, they're like, oh, it doesn't make much more sense on a duplex. But I do feel it's like what duplex conversions used to be back in 2019, where you'd get a nice appraisal, but like you're not really pulling things out.
yeah, but
Yeah, Tanner, that's well, man. My other triplex in Trenton appraised at only 650K with 6K a month in rents plus utilities.
dude,
Tanner,
you
we
bought
gotta
it for
chat,
half
bro. I
that.
think you gotta change your appraiser.
Yeah, like I think triplex conversions are the new duplex conversion. It's a Wild West again, where you're
Yeah.
pioneer. You have no idea what the exit is, but you know it's good. There's no evidence to support your optimistic feeling, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's zero competition.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it's like you need to be okay with leaving capital in the deal. And if you are long term, it's gonna be solid, So yeah.
It's just a lot of these potential for triplex conversion. I don't think is just priced in the asset purchase price yet.
No.
No, so you're acquiring, like, I think I was looking at one of the properties we assessed in the last deal of the week. You remember the one with the duplex with the garage?
Yeah.
Like, that thing hasn't priced in the potential of the garage. 100%. It's less than 600K. So
Gotcha.
a lot of that stuff right now. Anyway, that's it for this week's deal of the week. We will try our best to be here next Tuesday, and probably not actually, because if you're going to that event.
Yeah, we got that event
But
next week.
we'll hear the following week. But we're doing our best.
If we find a deal that like we can't pass up, we could do it on like a Wednesday.
Emergency deal of the week.
Emergency, this deal, you guys have to see it.
Yeah. All right, that's it for us. If anybody's looking for a mortgage, anything lending related, RIBHU is the guy to talk to. And of course, if you like any of these deals, or any deals, or you're curious about the Belleville market in general, how we can get how we are getting new construction deals to cash flow $500 a month, that's just this market, man. And if you want to get in, we should definitely chat.
Yes.
All right, guys, that's it for us. See you guys in some weeks.
See you guys.
All right.
Still saying live.
An error occurred. Great.